What's up, everyone? James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the news that Rory MacDonald has appeared to have announced his retirement from MMA. This, according to his wife on Instagram. Shout out to Aaron Bronstetter, who found this post here on Reddit. It says, so many emotions tonight. I ask you be kind with your words. It's been a wonderful journey to watch this man fight. Rory has hung up the gloves and is very much at peace with it. To new beginnings. Thank you. There's also some look like he put his gloves in the cage last night, but this sort of confirms that Rory has in fact retired. There's another screen grab here. Daddy, did you put your gloves on the ground? So I think it's safe to say that Rory has hung it up. And what a career for Rory MacDonald. I know a lot of newer fans, maybe not as familiar with Rory MacDonald. Maybe you're looking at the run he had in PFL and thinking this guy wasn't a great fighter. He was a great fighter. One of the best Canadian fighters of all time. Never won a title, but certainly was one of the most entertaining out there. 33 years old, but you got to remember that Rory has been competing since he was a teen. I mean, go look at his professional debut. It started in 2005 when he was a teenager, and even in just his third pro fight, he fought Jordan Mean, which, by the way, if you can go find that, it was a Rumble in the Cage. Great fight between two fighters who would end up in the UFC later on, but what a career it was. I had the pleasure of seeing Rory MacDonald compete a few times. I did see him fight Carlos Condit at the first UFC card in Vancouver. Rory, of course, from British Columbia. That was awesome. He got one of the biggest pops of the night on that card, and it was a big step up at the time because his debut, he got kind of an easy fight in Mike Guyman, and then he fought Condit, who at the time, of course, had all that fame from the WEC and just way more experience here. 29 fights compared to just 10 for Rory, but even in a losing effort, Rory MacDonald, you could see there was some talent there because he actually had a lot of success against Condit earlier in the fight, but Condit ended up finishing him. Not only was his first loss, but it was also his first stoppage loss in his career. And then the fight after that, he absolutely ragdolled Nate Diaz. If you guys remember, he picked him up, kept throwing him around. Big bounce back since then, fought BJ Penn. But of course, what most people will remember is the rematch against Robbie Lawler at UFC 189. That was a 5th round stoppage and one of the bloodiest fights and most grueling fights I think we've ever seen in UFC history. And that will forever put Rory in, this sort of category of just a warrior. I mean, it was just insane what he was able to endure in that fight. And I think both fighters since then were never the same. And I mean, no disrespect that way. I think they really left it in the cage that night. But I mean, again, I think you forget he beat Woodley, who ended up being champion. He beat Damian Maia, like a lot of really good wins here. Lost to Stephen Thompson, but then went to Bellator, ended up winning their title there, defeating Paul Daly, Douglas Lima. The Mousasi fight, I think, was another fight where you kind of realize, okay, maybe this is the beginning of the end. But the John Fitch fight for me, that was one where I remember he, in his post-fight interview, first off, I thought he lost that fight. Second, that was a fight where he spoke about kind of feeling like he didn't want to hurt people anymore. I'm paraphrasing here, but you could see there was kind of a mind shift in terms of, what he was doing in his career. And he really didn't find a lot of success after that. Just 2 wins in PFL. I did think he beat Gleison Tibau, really bad decision there. But, of course, the retirement's being prompted by the fact that he lost yesterday to Danilo Taylor, who was a replacement in the PFL tournament. Rory getting finished in the first round. This was the right call here. What an absolute warrior, Rory MacDonald. Happy trails to whatever is next for him. Again, I hope newer fans really recognize how awesome he was early on in MMA, in his UFC career, because he gave us a lot of really good memories, a lot of really good fights. And happy trails to the Red King. Again, I wish him all the best. Had the opportunity to speak to him a number of times, and nothing but a great guy. So again, want to wish Rory MacDonald the best. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is there any part of Rory's career that I maybe glanced over here? Again, I talked about the Lawler rematch. I talked about the Woodley win. Again, winning a title in Bellator. Anything else you think I'm missing here? Let me know in the comments. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/Lynch on Sports. I'm James Lynch. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell before you get out of here. I'll see you guys soon.